Proper diet and regular physical activity through sport and other means can help us lead long and healthy lives. In today's show, communities are getting new and upgraded sporting infrastructure as government continues to build the sport economy and promote healthy lifestyle practices. Also coming up, breakfast meal ideas you can use for promoting a healthy eating habit. I'm Adrian Atkinson and this is Jamaica Magazine. Stay with us for this informative half-hour journey. Sports has been playing a significant role as a catalyst for economic development, creating jobs and wealth, and promoting good health. To increase the gains, the government has been investing in sports development in communities through the Sports Development Foundation. Let's take a look.
Atkinson, it is Milliotita Atkinson.
Here is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price to win it.
5 meters clear, and away he goes. He continues on his way towards another gold medal. Watch the clock this time. 19.2. You've got to be kidding me.
It's Whitmore. He's through and he's scored.
Before all this could happen, he had to do this. And this. The Sports Development Foundation of Jamaica has spent the last 2 decades revolutionizing the sporting industry. It was established as an independent body to contribute to the development of the nation through sport. Sports development is an important part of all societies as it fosters national identity and exposure. Trailblazers such as Herb McKinley, George Bunny Grant, George Roden, Courtney Walsh, and in recent times, Usain Bolt, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, and Aaliyah Atkinson ensure Jamaica remains in the spotlight. With so much talent among our Jamaican sportsmen and women, developing the sector can only result in massive financial growth for these athletes and the nation. It is for this reason that the Sports Development Foundation, SDF, will continue its drive to build and rehabilitate sports facilities, form policies and programs that will allow for the development of athletes, ensure the continuity of sports programs at the community level, and assist sporting associations to fulfill their mandates by providing financial and administrative support to sport-related development programs.
When the Sports Development Foundation started back in 1995, there were only about 11 or so associations. That has now mushroomed to 40, over 40, we're about 44 right now. And that now includes things like dominoes and darts, ice sports, skating and that sort of a thing.
Funding is made possible through a cess imposed on the domestic gaming industry, which is paid to the Culture, Health, Arts, Sports and Education Chase Fund. As far as the eye can see throughout our beautiful land, the SDF has planted sporting facilities that have reshaped communities. Journeying through the parish of Kingston will yield a most striking find, Independence Park, a sports and cultural complex.
It started with a joint venture to fund our video board some 10 years ago. And subsequently we have depended a lot on the SDF to provide capital funding. They have replaced both running tracks, the main track and the stadium east track. They have replaced the filters in the pool, and the filters are over 50 years. They resurfaced the netball courts and they replaced the seating. And we have a number of other projects we hope will come in. The basketball court, we hope that will go on as well. They also are going to do the electrics, the pumps at the swimming pool.
Did you know that the National Stadium Track is an International Association of Athletics Federation's IAAF certified level 1 top class facility?
So this equates with any other track anywhere in the world. So we're with the best.
For us to maintain world-class athletes, you have to have world-class standards. And this is one of the few facilities in Jamaica that we can allow our athletes in all areas to have international competition. So they need these venues. Same thing with swimming, netball. If you don't have these facilities, people can't train. If they can't train, they can't get the world-class standards.
Moving further afield, the SDF remains true to its vision of developing the nation through sport. Residents in Mahogany Hall, Trelawney received technical support for a hard court.
This is the hub of the area in Mahogany Hall. They play their volleyball, their netball, everything is done there, and it has really served well.
From the general community to the school environment, the SDF believes in honing the skills of our athletes from an early age. The organization has rehabilitated sporting facilities at Nakalva Technical High in Hanover and Edwin Allen High in Clarendon.
I came here in 2009, and when I came here, I realized that there was no playing field. Yes, they had an area that the students would play, but it was a health risk. It was very hazardous in that they had a lot of tree trunks and all of that all over, vines, and it was a cow pasture. So there was no playing field here. We have received a playing field. We got it in 2012. The students and the teachers and my neighbors, they are very appreciative in that they never had sports day. They never entered any major sporting activities, so the students can train for champs, and they also participate in the Da Costa Cup and the Under 14 competition. So you will hear about us in champs.
Formerly, we had two courts that were not in good condition, and they came to our rescue. The school has been doing tremendously well, and I can look at basketball. Some years ago, we actually entered the finals nationally, and the boys have asserted themselves because boys are the ones who tend to play basketball here, and they have excelled, and I think the facility has helped them significantly.
The school has also been excelling in track and field.
The school has been doing exceptionally well in the ISA Boys and Girls Championships. And I remember 2012, we took the title, and we took it back in 2014 and 2015.
It is evident that both schools are benefiting from these donations as the students continue to use the facilities for training and as a means to excel in various sporting competitions. The SDF has also collaborated with ministries like the Agriculture Ministry to build sporting facilities. Take, for instance, the Tollgate Sports Complex in Clarendon.
There was a huge turnout from the community, and I think that auspicious beginning ought to go well. We went in through the Sports Development Foundation, and we rehabilitated the field, plant grass, fence it. We rehabilitated the hard court, and also the community center that is there, the changing facility and so on. We also upgraded that. So it's a brand new facility.
And there's been lots more on the SDF's development agenda, from communities to schools to Jamaica House.
The Sports Development Foundation has also been involved in the development of what is now the Business House, interbusiness play and competition. And so here at Jamaica House, we have been engaged as a group as a team, and we also believe strongly in the advancement of the physical activity. So a multipurpose court was also done here, and we do have some lights, and so we do use the courts after work, and a lot of other people are able to come and utilize it.
Then there is the Hockey Federation, which has under its umbrella the Mona Hockey Field, which boasts an AstroTurf. This field is the only facility in Jamaica and one of the few in the Caribbean. And there's more.
The biggest project we're working on right now, everybody would know, is the GC Foster College track. We're reconstructing that track completely. That's a big one. They need a track because, of course, while we have been good from long before the college, the fact is they have taken it and carried it to another level, and so they must have a good facility.
The new track is set to receive Level 2 IAAF certification when completed. Sports will always be integral to the Jamaican culture, and the SDF is committed to preserving the country's sporting heritage. Every member of staff within the organization dedicates time and energy in ensuring that the work gets done, and for this, they were recognized. A long service award luncheon was held in their honor.
To know that our employees give their all to carry out these functions, it's very, very important, and it's quite appreciated by the board.
The Sports Development Foundation, building sports in Jamaica through the establishment of well-needed infrastructure and preserving the resources to cultivate the skills of our athletes from the grassroots level and beyond.
I can see them widening their horizon and targeting the kind of infrastructure development which is going to be required to see us move forward. And with greater funding, I believe that they have the foundation with which to do so.
For more information, call 960-3717 or 926-6733 or email info@sdf.org.jm.
Jamaica, 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 yeah.
Guns are a significant problem in Jamaica, and that is why we have to move to do something about it. It is in this context that I am now launching a special initiative of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Get the Guns campaign. You, the public, can keep illegal guns out of your communities by using all means to inform the police as to how illegal guns are stored and moved within the communities.
Download and use the Stay Alert app from the Google Play Store. Call 119-311-811 or the nearest police station.
You can lower your salt intake by checking the labels when buying processed and packaged foods. Compare products and choose the options lower in salt. A low salt option should have less than 120 milligrams of sodium per 100 grams of food. Reduce the salt and increase your consumption of fresh unprocessed foods. When cooking and at the table, use herbs, spices, and other seasonings to give you great flavor and taste. A public service message from the Jamaica Information Service and the Ministry of Health.
Improving the nutritional well-being of Jamaicans is a priority of the government, and as such, a dietary guideline for Jamaica was recently developed, encouraging healthy eating habits. Part of eating healthy is having a good breakfast. Let's get some ideas next.
The ingredients are simple. We'll be adding about half pound of flour. Then to that we'll add the sardine. Sapphire will be helping me to add them. And a bit of onions. And seasoning for taste. Basically any cheese can be used, any one of your choice. Just a bit of baking powder.
And how many family members would that serve for?
This should serve up to 6 family members. So Sapphire will be incorporating all the ingredients now. Just stir them, Sapphire. And we'll add a bit of water. It's a very quick dish to make and it's cost effective.
And how long does this take?
This should take no longer than 2 minutes. This dish is full or filled with a lot of calcium that comes from the cheese and also omega-3 that comes from the sardine. And as we established before, that omega-3 is good for the heart, it prevents from heart disease. And that's basically it. We'll now move over to the fire. So basically what we'll be doing is just spooning a bit of the mixture into the fryer.
And how many per serving?
I would say 6. Give it a quick flip. And as you can see, it's almost done.
Wow, it really takes 3 minutes.
Even less than 3 minutes. So this is another quick and easy way to make breakfast. We're now joined by Balford Carr, and he'll be assisting in making the breakfast smoothie. The ingredients we'll be using for the smoothie are banana, which is a good source of potassium and vitamin C. We also have mangoes, which is also a good source of vitamin C, A and B. Pineapples, another good source of vitamins. We also have oatmeal, which is a good source of fiber. To add to that, we have milk. But if you are vegan, the substitutes for it is almond milk or coconut milk. We know kids don't like spinach, so what we're doing today is disguising the spinach in the shake. And fruits are said to disguise vegetables.
So what can you use instead of spinach?
You can substitute spinach with callaloo, kale, or string beans. Those are good sources of iron. That's a bit of syrup just to add color. Because you know, people eat with their eyes first, especially kids. So just to make this shake a bit more attractive or pleasant to the eye, appealing to the eye. If you don't have a NutriBullet, you can use a regular blender. Yeah, go ahead.
And can that be substituted for a meal?
Yes, it can. It has all the essential vitamins and nutrients.
Wow, the juice is looking lovely, Chef Plummer. So, as you said, this is a serving that you'd normally give to a child?
Yes, that's the recommended serving for ages between ages 5 to 11. It's recommended that they get about 8 ounces of juice in one night. So I think that's enough for them.
Okay.
Remember, your body is not going to process more nutrients than it needs, so that's enough nutrients for the body, just for the moment.
Okay. So how's it tasting, Sapphire?
Great.
You sure? Yes. Wow.
Boy, I must say, at first I was a bit skeptical about these meal ideas, especially the first one. But you see, quick and easy to prepare and also nutritious. Don't they look nice? Boy, I can't wait to start. Come on, Safara, join me and have. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Fever, rash, joint pain and red eyes. All common signs of the Zika virus or ZIKV. Symptoms are usually mild, lasting anywhere from a few days to a week. Jamaica has no Zika cases, but if it gets here, it would only be transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Don't give Zika a chance. Prevent the breeding of these pesky mosquitoes.
The use of oil, cooking oil, a little tip of cooking oil poured on the surface of the water suffocates the larvae and prevents them hatching out. So persons can do that.
Program implementation remains strong. We also welcome the recent wage agreements. It was a proactive and important step in reducing Jamaica's public debt. A gradual economic recovery is underway. The growth outlook is improving. Growth is now projected to be about 1.4% for this fiscal year.
The government of Jamaica is on a mission, going for growth, staying the course, and transforming the economy through its economic reform program.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolfe with your JIS News of the Week. British Prime Minister David Cameron paid a two-day official visit to Jamaica this week and announced £360 million in development assistance to the Caribbean. The bulk of the amount, £300 million, represents cash grants to fund infrastructure projects across the region.
This money could help to unleash trade across the region with new roads, new bridges, new port infrastructure to help speed up freight movements.
The British Prime Minister also signed a non-binding memorandum of understanding with the Jamaican government to provide £25 million towards building a new maximum security prison in Jamaica.
This, I believe, is in the interests of both of us and is a good example of how we can work together to benefit people here in Jamaica and in Britain too.
The Jamaican and British Prime Ministers also discussed the issue of reparations,
indicating that Jamaica is involved in a process under the auspices of the Caribbean community to engage the UK on the matter. While we are aware of the obvious sensitivities involved.
My view is, I don't think reparations are the right answer.
The Jamaican government also welcomed Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on a two-day official visit this week. That visit resulted in the Japanese government committing to helping Jamaica and 3 other CARICOM countries expand their use of renewable energy solutions. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller and Mr. Abe also signed joint statements highlighting wide areas for future cooperation.
We emphasize the importance of diversifying the trade and the economic relationship between our countries, including an increase in exports of Jamaican products and services to Japan.
In the meantime, the Institute of Jamaica is getting a $57 million cultural grant to upgrade its exhibition and audiovisual facilities, while a memorandum of understanding was signed for academic and information exchanges between the University of the West Indies and Sophia University in Japan. Her Royal Highness Princess Anne was also in Jamaica this week for a working visit. She was in the island primarily to participate in the Caribbean-Canada Emerging Leaders Dialogue, CCELD, which provides an avenue for emerging leaders to develop their skill set. The Health Ministry ramped up its surveillance and intervention methods this week in response to an outbreak of the hand, foot and mouth disease in several schools. Cases have been reported in the parishes of Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Thomas, St. Catherine, Portland and St. Anne, prompting parish health departments to carry out sanitation and health education activities. Schools were instructed to report all cases of hand, foot and mouth disease to their parish health departments, while parents were asked to keep infected children at home for at least 7 days. The virus is spread through close contact with infected persons and contaminated objects and surfaces. There is no vaccine to prevent the disease, but simple steps like regular hand washing and practicing good hygiene can help reduce the risk of infection. On Thursday, the Health Ministry reported that a sample sent earlier in the week to the Caribbean Public Health Agency CARPA tested negative for the chikungunya, dengue and Zika viruses. But Chief Medical Officer Dr. Marian Bullock-Decas said the ministry would continue to intensify its integrated vector management program. Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips told Parliament this week that government would be slashing about $8.6 billion from gross recurrent programs in the budget to pay the 7% wage increase recently negotiated for public sector workers, while still ensuring that the 9% wage to GDP ratio could be achieved by March 2017.
We do not envisage any drastic action, wholesale layoffs or anything like that, Mr. Speaker. We have not proceeded in that way in the first part of the program, and in the last year remaining, we will not proceed in that way.
He also informed Parliament that government had contracted Citibank to provide insurance coverage for 8 million barrels of crude oil to Jamaica under its hedge program. The hedge program seeks to protect the country's finances from any major increase in the price of oil.
The total hedge premium paid to Citibank for trades executed on June 4th, June 5th, July 15th, 2015 amounted to approximately US $27.9 million.
And finally, Tourism Director Paul Pennycook announced that more than 60,000 new airline seats had already been secured for Jamaica ahead of the 2015-2016 winter tourist season, which begins in December. More than 50,000 of the seats are coming out of the United States.
Come December 18th, American Airlines introduces a non-stop service from Los Angeles into Montego Bay on weekends. Come November 1, Southwest Airlines introduces daily service from Houston Hobby into Montego Bay. And come mid-December, Frontier Airlines comes into Montego Bay 4 days a week from Philadelphia.
And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
This is where we close Jamaica Magazine for today. Join us again tomorrow for another informative show. In the meantime, keep the link. Use our Facebook and Twitter pages. Visit our YouTube channel and the JIS website to see these and other features. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson, reminding you to stay healthy, eat well, get adequate rest, and make every day a productive one.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.